What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It is Tuesday afternoon, 5:30 p.m. in New York City, 2:30 p.m. in Vancouver, British Columbia. Let's get to work. We have a huge card we're dealing with. We did a nice job breaking it down on the morning show. I'm already locked in on one NBA game and both NHL games. We will go over the NHL games quickly right now. Then we're going to go through the rest of the baseball card. Then we have DJ Big Boss and Noli Knows joining us in about 30 minutes. They came on the show last Thursday and handed out only winners. They handed out only winners. It was wild. We had a wildly successful week last week. But Parlay Poppy came in on Tuesday, swept the board. Our man Big Boss Noli Knows came on, swept the board on Thursday. So they're coming back in action, and I'm excited. So then we're going to have King Rail join us at the end of the show to break down the NBA games. So first off, shout out to all the cappers in the chat. We got nothing without you guys. Stat Quap getting us started. Vinny Cornell, Silvar Malco. There's Parlay Poppy right there. Kobe Valentine. Kobe Valentine says, my plays are Blue Jays plus 130, Reds minus 1.5 and plus 130. And the parlay, Indians money line, Astros money line, Diamondbacks money line parlay plus 290. And he says 2 units on the parlay. I feel strongly about it. That's straight out of Kobe Valentine. We got Top Set in the house. Ron Lofton, Russell Gordy, Pierre Suartas, Charles Barkley, Brian Watson, Astute Chaos, Deer Slayer, Ski. It's been a while since we had Deer Slayer. Love to see that. We got Remo, Stephen Dollery, RMK, Walla Dose, Douglas Robinson says, my favorite show of the day, I can win money. Sorry, my favorite show of the day, and I can win money. Let's go back and shout out to Douglas Robinson. In that, we got Antoine Seymour, Marshall Hoffman, Alan Action, Brilliant Tran, Young Vaughn, Ricardo Gutierrez, Proline Master. What a great group we have here. Okay, I missed a couple of people. RW, Daryl Lyles. We got Bubba. We got my man, Big Guy Bubba in the house. Okay, we got a great group. Dave LA's joining us. Nick the Slick. Okay, let's get to work right now. First off, let's touch on these 2 NHL games. I really enjoyed breaking down, as always, every Tuesday morning, breaking down the games with our guy, Parlay Poppy. And we're on different sides here. And a lot of the people hit me on Twitter saying you're making a terrible mistake back in the Blue Jackets. But I don't think so. And I think this is when the fatigue will set in for these Boston Bruins who have been playing every second night for a long time now. I'm on the Blue Jackets minus 119. Again, I tried and expected to beat a line move by jumping on last night, jumping on the over 5.5, and I was way off. Surprisingly off. I really thought I'd wake up this morning and be plus 105s, but they weren't. They were plus 120s. Right now, if you want the Columbus Blue Jackets, you can't get the minus 119 that I got, but you can get minus 120 at Bovada or Pinnacle. And for the total, let's quickly see what you can get on the total. I'm worried. I'm scared. It's gone down a bit. You get plus 121. But still a mistake jumping in early. So I also jumped on the team total over 2.5 at minus 128. That's just for the Jackets. I see the Jackets rolling. Oh, wow. Dave LA said, I tripled down Red Sox first 5 run line, team total over, and money line. Same thing for the Phillies. Wow. That's very exciting, Dave LA. We did get some insight. Oh, and there's Molecular Ninja now. It's like a bounce back for the Bucks. I love these guys. I love having everyone here. Okay, Flipper 13 in the house, too. Not applicable. It has the Jackets and the Avalanche money line plays. What is very, very interesting, and we get some incredible insight from all our cappers. And Nutflush Allen is our San Francisco Giant expert. But he also knows young Brooks, the pitcher for the Oakland A's. So why don't I just quickly touch on it now that we know that Dave LA is tripling up on it. Now, I am on the Red Sox on the minus 1 line. I got a minus 151 money line, and I got the run line at plus 125. Aaron Brooks, 2-2, 5.33 ERA, 1.22 whip in 27 innings, 23 K, 7 walks, 6 home runs allowed. But it is his dad, Terry's birthday today. And Terry sent him a message on Instagram. Aaron is very excited to be pitching on his dad's birthday. Will that come into play? For Dave LA's sake and my sake, I hope not. But he is pumped to be pitching on Terry's birthday. A little bit of inside information there. Okay, let's go back to this NHL spot. Bruins, Jackets. I think Bobrovsky's better than Rask. I think the Jackets are deeper than the Bruins. That said, I think the fatigue's going to come in, like I've said already. Columbus power play is 7 for 18. Boston is 1 and 8. 1 for 8. So, and the 7 for 18 is through the playoffs. 1 for 8 is for the first 2 games of the series. All said and done. I'm on it. I'm on the Jackets minus 119, the over 5.5 at plus 111, and the team total over 2.5 at minus 128. Now let's talk Sharks and Avalanche, and let's be brief because we got to get through baseball. But basically, what I am doing here is I think that the San Jose Sharks veteran group will dictate the pace in this game. And the Sharks now know that, especially this Avalanche young defense, Makar, Girard, 2 20-year-olds. If you're a Colorado Avalanche fan, this team is going to win and win and win. I mean, these guys look like exceptional talents on the defense. What power? We're not even talking about Barry. You guys are going to have just a ferocious power play. And we're still not even talking about your forwards. And you have great ones in that with McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog. But I think the old San Jose Sharks know that they can't be in a race with the Avalanche. It can't be a high octane. If it's taking advantage of 3-on-2s and jumping up on the rush, the Sharks will lose this series. If they start playing defensive, trappy hockey and only take advantage of power plays, they can win this series. I have futures on the Sharks. I'm not going to compound the losses by taking them here, but what I will do is I will take the under 6, which I did on the morning show, at plus 105. Now, again, I beat the line. Oh, no, I didn't. Heritage is still hanging at 105. So bookmakers now at minus 105. I like seeing bookmaker head in that direction. So I'm on the under 6 at plus 105. And Dave LA says, you know how many pitchers lose on their parents' birthday? Hey, I get it. I get it. Parlay Poppy says, Barry Wild, Brent Burns versus Barry props. Ooh. Burns to have more points is minus 155. All the value on Barry, regardless of how good Burns is, versus Avs. Total pass on the prop bet. Yeah, I was a little concerned that Burns would be the highest ranked offensive player in this whole card, and I expect that that's the case. He's probably even higher ranked than Marchand. Okay, so I'm on the under 6 at plus 105, and that's my NHL action. Book it. All right, let's get to work with everybody here and I'm not on the side in that game. Let's get to work here. Oh, and total goals over under 11.5, says Deer Slayer. Total goals. You know what? I think that's risky to take the under. I think it's risky to take the under, but I think the Bruins Blue Jackets will be a surprisingly high scoring game. And I think that the Sharks Avalanche will be a surprisingly low scoring game. So that goes against what both markets are telling us. So we'll see. Polly Poppy says, under in 4 of San Jose's last 5 games on the road, but this matchup is just screaming at me to take it over. And you are, and I get it. I get it. Oh, sorry, you're saying over in 4 of San Jose. Oh, okay. It's screaming at me to take it over. Okay, you're on the over. I get it. RMK says, Avs are the play. RMK says, what do you think they will do when Bednar gets them out against Carlson and Dylan 70% of their shifts? Hey, I get it. But Carlson will not be jumping into any rushes. I think they play defensive hockey. We'll see. Russell Gordy says, yes, Poppy, way over, and Avs are the play. I like this under 6. I like it a lot. Okay. And Russell Gordy says, Avs roll, Jimmy. You overthinking the pick. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm overthinking the pick, and I overthink these NHL games, and I beat the NHL year after year. There's my man, Nutflush Allen, right there. Okay, let's get into baseball. We're going to wait for King Rail to talk NBA. He'll be joining us after Big Boss and Noli knows. So let's look at line movements and let's see what's up. First off, I'm on the Cardinals and I'm on the over. Light rain, 79 Fahrenheit. We do know that we have 2 games postponed. We'll get into those. I'm on the Cardinals and I'm on the over. We've already capped these games. I want to get more into the games we haven't capped yet, so I'm going to roll through this. Now, this total moved at 9. I'm sure Gin Rummy got it at 9. I got it at 9.5 and minus 115. If you want 9.5 now, you have to go minus 120 at Bovada or minus 122 at Bookmaker. It's just 10s on the board now. We got Drew Daddy in the house. Says, what up, Jimmy and Co? I had a connecting flight from Phoenix to LA. Now they're playing ready to take off from LA back home to Chicago. Had to get some bets in before I land and check the winners. Shout out. Shout out. Okay. I love it. Ricardo Guerrero says, Sharks got that first goal and thought they could run with the Avs. Big mistake. I agree. Okay. Kobe Valentine saying Milwaukee, Christian Yelich downgraded to out Tuesday Ryan Braun is not starting and is doubtful. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not going to cap these games. I'm just going to go over line movements. And Cardinals, oh, we didn't check a money line. Sorry, that was my fault. Let me just grab it right now. If you were on the money line or any moves within that, the Cardinals opened as minus 105, and now there's been a 14-cent move towards them at BetOnline on the Cardinals. I got the Cardinals money line at minus 107, so a line move there. We beat it. Sanchez has not looked good this year. These Cardinals are smashing the ball. Let's just move right on. Tigers, Phillies. Now I took the Phillies on the minus 1 line before the pitching change. The Ty Ross over to Spencer Turnbull. And good thing, because I was just giving too much juice out. I got to void that bet with Spencer Turnbull in, and I took the Phillies minus 1.5. I got plus 100 line shopping at SBR odds at sportsbookreview.com at the SBR odds page, but I bet it at minus 105. Phillies minus 1.5. Velasquez has looked good, and I need the Phillies offense to wake up, but they've won 3 straight, and I'm backing them there. Okay, let's keep rolling around. Okay, sorry, let me see you guys here. Ron Lofton says Cards run line once again. Parlay Poppy says St. Louis first 5, Cards raked on Sanchez. Goldschmidt into his newly added lineup. I feel strong enough that Wainwright can give a decent outing, although he's a large pitcher on my fade list. I agree. He is questionable, and that's why I'm also on the over. Okay, Parlay Poppy's on the first 5, under 5 in Detroit. Oh, sorry, with Detroit, Philly. You know, I don't dislike Spencer Turnbull, but I'd prefer he not be in a stadium where you can hammer balls, because he's a sinker ball pitcher, and I think the balls will be flying out. But 6 miles per hour in is the weather. Bet Abroad said I took Philly alternate line. Okay. And did you say, is it? Oh, your birthday's tomorrow. Flipper 13's birthday's tomorrow. What a guy. We love him. Kevin Pine says, is there a shit to bed? Yes, not applicable. Would like to know if there is a shit to bed play. All right, let's move on. Reds, Mets. A lot of talk on this game on our early show. A lot of people liking the Reds, liking Luis Castillo. He leads the league in ERA right now. How bad is Vargas? Will he improve moving forward? That is a big question. And it is a little concerning that everybody is on the Reds, but I am on the Reds too. I took them first 5 and full game. Let's see what the money line moves to be on Cincinnati. Full game open at minus 120. Wow, a move towards the New York Mets. Wow, Reds open at minus 120. They're now at minus 110. A 10-cent move towards the New York Mets. That's a little concerning. Let's see what the first 5. I got the first 5 at minus 135. And I could get minus 130 now. But interestingly enough, Bookmaker, BetOnline, and Bovada are all at minus 140. All at minus 140. So I, unfortunately, getting a little bit sick, which I can't have with the Derby coming. But I apologize if I sniffle a little bit. Okay. Jim Rami says Mets plus 120. Mets plus 120 here. I get it. Kobe Valentine says Mets have no Lugo or Diaz. Reds do better against left-handed pitching. Vargas 7 ERA. Reds do better against left-handed pitching than right-handed pitching. Mets have the 3rd highest bullpen ERA in the MLB. And Dave LA says, I'm off Reds. Everyone is on them. That's scary. Derek Coleman. Derek Coleman's on Reds. No runs, first inning. Lance LaRose is on Reds and under. And Murphy Jr. says, I like the Mets. Xavier Oliver is staying away. CT Base says Mets win late. And people giving shouts out to our guy, Flipper 13, whom I love dearly. Okay. Oh, that's nice to know, born in 94. That's nice to know. Good work. Good hustle. Good hustle. In East Hastings Street. Respect. Okay, let's keep rolling. Red Sox minus 1 now. We have Nut Flush Allen in the house. Alan Action says, where's your hanky, Jimmy? That's good question, Alan Action. Excellent question. Not applicable says again, you need echinacea. Listen, I haven't been catching a cold or anything. I just had pneumonia for 3.5 months. And now, I'm doing a lot of study for the Derby because I'm going for a home run on this Derby. I am not taking Omaha Beach. Listen, I've sat here and taken the favorite 6 years in a row and cashed, and I've cashed 7 years in a row. But if there's going to be a 4-1 or a 7-2 favorite, he better be as good as Justifier American Pharaoh. And these speed figures are very similar to one another. And you're going to give me one at 10-1 and one at 4-1? So, okay, let's keep rolling. Okay, Red Sox, I'm on the -1 line. I got the money line at -151 and the run line at +25. We did hear from Nutflush Allen that it is Aaron Brooks' dad, Terry Brooks' birthday. Maybe Aaron throws well on his dad's birthday. He sounds pumped. If you wanted the Red Sox now, that's first 5. Sorry, let's go full game. If you wanted the Red Sox now, I don't like backing Porcello, but if you want the Red Sox now, the best line you get is -158. So we beat that 7-cent line move. Jorge Don't Play says, Jimmy, everyone's on the Reds because of blind fate of Vargas. I woke up, saw him, and just took Cincy run line, money line, team total over. The Mets line will have value due to this. Ignore that. Thank you, Jorge Don't Play. Thank you. I like hearing that. Okay, let's keep rolling along right now. Moving on to Indians, first 5 in full game. I really need to cap these late games with you guys, so I want to be brief here. I'm on Bauer. I know Alcantara has the type of stuff, and he's throws 95. He can be good at home. And the Indians aren't hitting very well. 208, 639 OPS versus righties. But I trust them in this spot. I think their numbers are a little skewed because of how cold it's been to start the season in Cleveland, although it's not as cold as it was last year, but they're not hitting as poorly as they did last year, too. They're still hitting poorly. Bauer making his first ever visit to Marlins Park. Marlins could get Neil Walker back. Let's see, did they get Neil Walker back? Marlins here. And Granderson, Prado, Anderson, Castro, Alfaro, Cooper, Rojas, Galloway. No Neil Walker. That makes me happy because Neil Walker's playing well right now. All right. Guillermo says Omaha is going to love the mud. He is going to love the mud. We know he loves the mud. I get it. Listen, Omaha Beach is going to go down to 7-2. And why should I bet $800 to $1,000 on this race when I can bet $400 and have a huge score because Tacitus, Maximum Security are very good horses. And for the first time in a long time, these New York prep races were very fast. And if you look at the time form US speed figures, only the Arkansas races were faster. Who won the big Arkansas race? Omaha Beach. Listen, Omaha Beach is a great horse. And I haven't fully decided. I need another 24 hours to do the pace projections and visualize what's going to happen in the Derby. But I want to go for a score here. I want to go for a big-ass score. I want to hit a home run. That's what I want to hit. Jorge Don't Play says, forget Aaron Brooks' dad. Come on. Okay, let's keep rolling here. Padres, Braves. Our man Parlay Poppy's on the first 5 under 5. He got that at 4:30 this morning. That's what happens when you wake up real early. Then, Drew Martin came on. He's on the first 5 under 4.5. I jumped on it too when both of them were on it. First 5 under 4.5. I got plus money. Let's see what we're getting right now if I wanted it. First 5 under 4.5. Paddock has looked spectacular. Julio Teheran at home. Hopefully he gives us something. And wow, 5 dimes still hanging a plus number, but everywhere else is minus. In fact, Bovada's at -115. Pinnacle's at -108. So Teddy B says, Jimmy, let's get to the NBA. Teddy B, we're going to be joined by King Rail shortly. So we will when we're joined by King Rail. Rockies first 5 at -121. I am backing Marquez. I can completely understand people seeing value with Chacin and the Brewers. I get it. And I think Chacin is better than his numbers show. But if I wanted Marquez right now on the first 5, I'd have to get -135. So be the first 5 line by 14 cents. Going to take it. Guillermo says, I'm going by competition he's run against. Get that money. Guillermo, I think you got a great horse on your hands. Great horse on your hands. And I just, at this point, want a big score. I want a big score. Russell Gordy says, learn to pick dogs, people. He's right. He's right. Astros-Twins, Garrett Cole versus Pineda. Michael Pineda. This is a game we didn't fully cap, really. Garrett Cole, let's start breaking down these games right now. Okay, so Twins are hitting 264, 835 OPS versus righties. Astros are hitting 259, 780 OPS versus righties. Let's take a look. Money lines. Here we go. Let's just stick to baseball. Let's go to the baseball page alone and go to money lines and totals. So that was just a very interesting 1-0 game they played last night. Cole versus Pineda. Houston opens as -150 favorites and now at -165. A 15-cent move towards the Astros. I think Pineda is touchable. I think Garrett Cole will start pitching. I know 54 Ks, 36 in the third. He got up to 99 miles per hour on the radar gun last start. Maybe he's been tipping his pitches. Came back with a nice start against the Indians. After a rough start against the Rangers. Benjamin Creasy. Alex says, I love Marquez, but I'm backing Brewers as home dog, similar to last night. Benjamin Creasy said, Twins first 5 team total over 1.5 at +110. Cole struggles on the road. Alan Action liking the Astros team total over. Harry Dubitsky in the house. Shout out to my man Harry Dubitsky. Big Guy Bubba says, capping tonight from a haunted mansion in Alabama. Cash coming in should keep the scaries out. You're right, Big Guy Bubba. But that will make the late night jerk-off session that much more enjoyable. Ghosts. All right, let's stay focused here. Kobe Valentine says, I think Pineda gets rocked. Minnesota 6-0 versus Baltimore and 11-9 versus everyone else. Their stats and record are skewed from sweeping Baltimore twice. Russell Gordy upset about the faves. Hey, listen, yes, I've been taking too many faves in MLB, and my stats show that. But in NBA, I'm on 2 big dogs. In NHL, my average line was +153 in the first half of the season and +129 in the second half. But I hear you. Russell Gordy, I hear you. Topset says Astros will score runs on Pineda. I know you want dogs, Russell Gordy. But at this point, I think that the Astros get there. Now, the total, and it's cold. What's the weather like in Minnesota? 47 Fahrenheit. And the wind coming in. If you want the Astros, and the total's gone down to 1.5. Astros on the run line right now at +103 or +105 is the best of 5 times. Let's make sure George Springer is back in the lineup. And they're expecting rain at this point. Springer, Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, Correa, Reddick, Diaz, Chirinos, Marisnik. All right, I'm going to hold off on making the move on the Astros, but I get it. Okay. RW says, Jimmy, are you doing the Derby and UFC Friday? My Derby video is being shot tomorrow, and we are doing UFC Thursday morning. We'll be talking about UFC the rest. I hear you, Russell Gordy. But Russell Gordy, I'm also trying to give out winners at this point, and I'm not just going to give out dogs to, for your appetite for dogs. But I get what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying. Kobe Valentine says, Gurriel is sitting. That's the only bat missing. Red Girl said, yesterday, I told y'all I was leaning Minnesota. They won, leaning Detroit today. Okay, let's move on. Pirates at Rangers. Some important information coming in is the Pirates are getting Starlin Marte back in business. So let's take a quick look at this spot here. Pirates, Rangers. Get to money lines and totals. Jose Pampa is with you, Red Girl. And Russell Gordy liking Toronto first 5 as a dog. There's been a heavy money line move towards the Angels. Okay, let's talk about this Pittsburgh, Texas start. So we have Sampson, 27-year-old journeyman, never won a game in the Major League Baseball, going up against Lyles. The total opened at 10. It's now at 11. Texas is a very lukewarm favorite because Sampson's on the mound, but I don't like Lyles at all. Rangers rating 280, 861 OPS versus righties. Pirates rating just 227, 676 OPS versus righties. So Lyles opened up the season with a 0.53 ERA. Then he allows 5 runs, 4 of them earned in 5 innings Wednesday, and 11-2 loss to Arizona. Still has nice numbers. 1-5 with an 8.15 ERA in 9 career appearances, 7 of them starts. Sampson, though, has looked good out of the bullpen and very bad starting. I hear you, Jorge. Don't play. I get it. Dave L.A. is going to add Angels first 5 run line. Jose Villegas says, I want to beat the fave Omaha Beach, but this guy can run all day. His gallop out was impressive last race, and he can run all day. I get it, but I'm going to move towards it. Kobe Valentine leaning to Pittsburgh. Top set says Rangers in Pittsburgh. Russell Gordy says runs in Texas. I hear you, Russell Gordy, but that total opened up at 10, and I don't want to grab it at 11. Parlay Poppy says, DJ, where are ye? DJ will be joining us live in 8 minutes. Jorge Don't Play says, I need that Derby video now. I get it. I guess I'm hesitant to back the Rangers because I think Starling Marte will give them a boost. Let's see if we can get a look at these lineups if they're out right now. And they are. For Texas, you're getting Chu, Odor, Andrews, Mazzara, Pence, Gallo, Cabrera, Forsythe, Kiner, Falefa. For Pittsburgh, Frazier, Marte, Polanco, Bell. Well, it's starting to look a little better because Marte's in that lineup. Cabrera, Moran, Cervelli, Reynolds, and Cole Tucker. Well, it gets weaker by the end of it. I think Lyles gets touched. I don't want to take a team total over when it's gone from 10 to 11. What would I get for a team total over right now? Team totals. Oh, shit. Let me just move it over to... All right, here we go. Team total overs for this Rangers squad. 5.5. 5.5 for both sides. 1 plus 101, 1 plus 107. Cody Valentine says Pittsburgh pitching and D keeps them in it today. I have interest in the Rangers, but I'm a little uncomfortable backing Sampson, and I think Pittsburgh will get a boost with Marte back in the lineup. But it's not like you're getting a nice big dog line on the Pittsburgh. Quickly see what you get on Pittsburgh. Minus 101. I'm leaning towards the Rangers, but I'll leave that as a L for a lean. Okay, let's keep rolling. Orioles, White Sox postponed. Rays, Royals postponed. Now let's go to Yankees, Diamondbacks. Sabathia, Greinke. Sabathia going for 3,000 strikeouts. Yankees are hitting 259, 801 OPS versus righties. D-backs are hitting 300, 858 OPS versus lefties. Sabathia's start of the season was delayed with right knee surgery. 1-0, 2.40 ERA in 3 starts. Yankees have won all 3 of his starts. CT Bay's asking if the Royals rained out. Yes. Royals game is rained out. So is the White Sox game. Rained out. Jim Remy says tomorrow White Sox over 8.5 minus 108 and the Angels over 8.5 minus 105. Let's see what happens. When you have your own projected line, you have the power to bet early without much disaster. Good luck. I am copying and paste that, Jim Remy. Thank you for taking the time to share that with us. Parlay Poppy says need to see Sabathia against some bats to see how he does. Big pass on Arizona. Well, Greinke's pitching very well right now. Greinke's pitching very well right now. Let's get a look at what we get money lines and totals quickly there. Money lines and totals. Arizona Yankees. So it opened at 8.5. It's still at 8.5. And Arizona opened as a minus 133 favorite. They're now a minus 146 favorite. Let's dive in a little more. Sabathia, 3 strikeouts in his last start in 5 innings. No decision, 6-5 win over the Angels. Struck out, his last start, and then before that was striking out 5 scoreless innings, 6-2 win over Kansas City, April 19th. Voit is smashing the ball, but he's not smashing the ball the way Peralta, Eduardo Escobar, and Christian Walker are. Diamondbacks lead the NL with 119 extra base hits. Who would have thunk that after getting rid of Goldschmidt? Or Goldschmidt signing somewhere else. Greinke was moved up to start Tuesday. Merrill Kelly was pushed back because Arizona used all its relievers Sunday. Greinke's made 5 straight quality starts, winning 4. Throwing much slower velocity-wise, but he's smart. Kobe Valentine says, I like Arizona money line, but too high of a price for me to take straight up, so I have him in my parlay. Red Girl leaning first 5 under. Xavier Oliver leaning first 5 under. Let's see what we get first 5 under against this spot. What do the Diamondbacks are hitting hard against lefties? 300, 858. Yankees are hitting hard against lefties. The first 5 total here is Yankees, Diamondbacks 4.5, open to 5. Hesitant to make that move. Kobe Valentine saying CC isn't good in warm weather or versus teams that can hit. Trotwam says Ragu likes Yankees reverse run line. I'm sold. I love Christian Walker just as much as anyone. Hey, I get it. Yes, I'm on the cards in the big way, Brian Cox. I'm on the cards in a big way. I'm on the full game over, and I took him on the -1 line, so maybe not that big of a line. All right, I'm not making a move at Yankees Diamondbacks. We'll see if Big Boss or Noli has a move on them. Let's talk Dodgers Giants. Walker Buehler versus Pomeranz. Pomeranz has looked good and has always looked good against the Dodgers. Walker Buehler has not looked good this year, although he's 2-0. But 5.25 ERA, 1.17 whip. His whip's not that bad. Pomeranz coming off his best outing of the season. 4-0 win in Toronto on Wednesday. 6 innings, a shutout ball, 2 hits, 2 walks, struck out 5. Has faced the Dodgers 9 times in his career. 1-4 with 3.49 ERA. Faced them April 1st. 5 innings left, down 2-0, but that's fine. A.J. Pollock will be back in the lineup. He's playing terrible. Ron Lofton said, I'm a big D-back fan. Rode them when they were hot, but give me the Yanks tonight. We are not really that good. Interesting. Jin Rami says, I'm surprised, but this Diamondbacks-Yankees game is fair to me. Viper NB says, first inning score for the D-backs has cashed 15 straight games for Greinke. You're right, it has. That's a good point. Raven in the desert like in the over in the Dodgers game. RW says, is Omaha Beach the winner Saturday, Jimmy? You know, he may be the most likely winner, but if he goes down to 7-2 in the muck, I mean, he could even go, it's going to be a sloppy track. We have a 90% chance of rain. He could go off at 3-1, and I'm not going to take him at 3-1. I don't want to take him at 7-2. Kobe Valentine saying A.J. Pollock is on the DL. Interesting. I had Pollock coming back in. Robert said he would be back in the lineup to face Pomeranz. I have that right here. But Pollock's 3 for 25 in his last. Well, thank you for letting me know that. See, okay, interesting. Pollock is on the DL. I did not have that information. Okay, thank you, JD. Thank you, you guys. Predictions guy. 3 picks for the Derby. Game winner, War of Will, Maximum Security. Listen, I don't like War of Will at the one post. I want to have War of Will in my action, but I'm hesitant at this point. Okay, Buehler's not looked very good. But he's been having bad start in his 5 outings so far this year. If that continues, then this should be a good start. Buehler 1-0, 3.86 ERA in 3 lifetime appearances, including 1 start against the Giants. Let's maybe hear what our man Big Boss has to say, because these are the Dodgers and the Giants, both teams that he caps very closely. Then finally, we have Jays, Angels, Buchholz versus Griffin Canning. We know that the big bats in the Angels lineup touch Buchholz. Touch him. Trout 8 for 19 with 2 homers. Pujols 7 for 21 with 2 homers against Buchholz. Now we have Griffin Canning coming up from the Salt Lake Bees. He's been very good there. 1-0 with a 0.56 ERA in 3 starts, 1 earned run in 16. Brad Osmus says he's from the area. Went to Santa Margarita High in Orange County. Went to UCLA. First big league start at home. From all reports and from what I've seen, this guy competes. I'm really not too worried about him once he's throwing that first pitch. CT Bay's liking the Jays. Kobe Valentine liking the Jays. Interesting. Dave Burke in the house. Look at that. Dave Burke says, is Roadster in trouble with the post position they announced today? Yes, he is. Now, he might be the most talented of all the horses. So he'll come running, but yes, he's in big trouble. He's going to have a tough trip. A very tough trip. Him and Game Winner are going to be going 5, 6, 7 wide. Yeah, he's in big trouble, Dave. In big trouble. But he's a spectacular horse. So we will see. And then Hamels Hernandez. This has been another interesting spot. Another interesting spot where the total's been going up all day. Let's see if that's continued. Let's go to full game money lines and totals. Hamels Hernandez. Cubs and Hamels open at minus 137. Money coming in on the Mariners. 8-cent move towards the Mariners. This total opened at 8.5 at minus 115. It's now at 9 and about the same juice. Hamels had won 3 straight starts before Bellinger got to him and ended up without a decision in that game. Chicago eventually won 7-6. He's allowed just 3 earned runs over his previous 3 starts before giving up the 3 to the Dodgers. 7-3, 4.64 ERA and 14 career starts against Seattle. And maybe the ugliest neck tat by any 100 millionaire in the world, Felix Hernandez pitching, and he's pitching very well. He looks very good. Tommy Bolt says Cubbies roll today. My man headshot now, 7-unit day yesterday. Love it. Love hearing that. Parlay Poppy says, looks like a first 5 under on the Angels. Interesting. And Jose Villegas says, maximum security will not get an easy trip and distance a question. There's no reason to think he can't do it. Sure, he's not going to get an easy trip, but there's no reason to think the maximum security can't do it. Guillermo says, post 17, 0-30. Last 30 derbies. Yeah, it's going to be tough. Going to be tough. And Kobe's saying Canning will get lit up. Vlad will have a home run, possibly 2 versus this pitcher. Seattle, good versus lefties, Kobe says. Yes, they're very good. 276, 908 OPS versus lefties. But the Cubs are 264, 809 OPS versus righties. And Ilya Katz says Cole gets smashed tonight. Okay, well, let's bring in Our guys. They roll in on Thursday. They give nothing but winners. And now they're back again on this Tuesday afternoon. Straight out of Los Angeles. Betting with the bag. Low baggers in the house. Please welcome to the show none other than DJ Big Boss and the man making unders great again, Noli Knows. How you guys doing on this Tuesday afternoon?
What I thought. Hey, since I made it up to the Black Bachelor, I'm now manager and trainee right now. I'm going to get man Noli a job over here at McDonald's. Now, Noli, first off, you got to know the McDonald's foot facts. Where was McDonald's first established?
The street, down in California.
Bingo! You in there. So let's get to my McDonald's value play of the day. Okay? And if you don't want to know what kind of value I like the Big Mac, no lettuce, extra cheese. So, San Diego and Atlanta. Okay? We got Turan and Patty here. Turan last 3 out, 4-14, gave up 6 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 6 innings. For 20, he gave 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 4 innings. And last out, he went 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 6 innings for a 2-4 loss. So I smell value right here. That's why this is the value play of the day. And then Paddock over here, he's coming off an amazing performance with the win, with 1 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 7 innings. And before that, he gave 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, 6 innings, and then another one, 3 hits, 5 outs, 5 innings. So he really been holding it down over there. So with that in mind right there, I see a lot of value Terran today because he's going to go ahead and give up some funds for us today. So I'm going to go with the first 5, San Diego on the run line, plus 125 because I find value in that over at Bookmaker. And also the under full game plus 100 at Bookmaker. What you think about that, Jimmy?
Well, first off, I like it. I like seeing you guys, but we're having a little bit of audio issues, a bit of skipping, some issues with the sound, and we need to hear what these guys are saying. Parlay Poppy says, supporting this first 5 under, San Diego, LA approved. We're going to give this sound another shot right now when we get them back. But I get it. I like what they're on
now.
Yeah, I like what they're on, and let's just get this sound rolling better. So Paddock. Oh, and Remo says, holy shit, first time seeing Noli Knows. Not what I was expecting. What were you expecting? We got the Big Mac value play of the day coming in. Okay, Nutflush on saying, if Bueller has a hiccup and Drew ends up with walks, like I think he will, can easily see a 5-3 game. Okay, let's get back to this Padres, Teheran, Braves spot. So I already jumped on the first 5, under 5. Let's hear if we got the better sound, and maybe you could give us just a quick hammer of that spot that you were on again one more time, Big Boss.
A 1-2-1-2 mic check. Maybe I was just a little too excited. I'm going to go ahead and calm down since I'm doing training right now. So what I was saying there, Jimmy, was because my man Parlay Poppy, he already took the under in the first half. I looked at that one. I'm on that as well. But I like San Diego on the run line, first 5, plus 125 at Bookmaker. I think that Turan will be the one to give it up early. Paddock hold it down for a little while longer coming off the great start.
All right. I like it. Backing the Padres early and backing the first 5 under. I like it. We got Ron Crawford in the house. Dave L.A. letting us know that Donaldson scratched from the lineup Tuesday if you are backing the Braves, and that will help any unders because he's been hitting okay. All right. What's next from you guys? What else are you guys looking at?
All right. It's going to be my turn right here. We're going to look at Cleveland, Miami. We got Trevor Bauer on the mound versus 20-year-old Sandy Alcantara. And he hasn't had great this year, but he's got pitching. He's got a better than average fastball. His last outing was against his Cleveland team. Went 5 innings, gave up 4 hits, and only 1 earned run. And the thing that I'm looking at here is I feel he changed his strategy. He picked up his pitches a lot better, relied a lot more on his curveball. He threw his curveball 24 times. He is usually only thrown it 10 times a game. I think he found some against this Cleveland lineup, which ranked bottom 10 in every category. They're 29th in batting average, 23rd in OPS, 29th in slugging, 26th in runs and home runs. Seems like they're trying to battle out for worse with the Miami team, who I alluded to last Thursday. They rank last in almost every category as well. 30th in slugging, 30th in runs. That's ridiculous. And now they're going to face Bauer. Bauer 3-1, 1.99 ERA, 103 WHIP. And I already talked a lot about him being in the lab. He might not be the genius that everybody makes him out to be, but I think this drone pilot is flying real high right now. And I don't expect this Miami offense to bring him back down to earth. I expect him to have a nice little outing. He wants to get that Cy Young. I took a little nibble at it. I took him at a Cy Young at 3-1, but I also Barrios at 10-1. I like those two pitchers. I believe they're going to be the ones competing for the Cy Young. So based on these offensive stats, based on how these guys are going to pitch in this game, a pitching ballpark, I'm going to go full game under 7 here. What do you think, Sammy?
Full game under 7. I mean, I like it. I think it makes sense. I mean, this Cleveland offense isn't hitting, but it opened at 8. Let's just take a quick look at what the total movement was. It didn't have Pinnacle. So Bet Online first to the market opened at 8, and then they got hammered. But at Pinnacle, it's been at 7 the whole time. And now it's at plus money. You know, I don't dislike it at all. Lamont Williams says Noli knows. They believe in you. I believe in you. But at this point, I'm just going to jump on the Indians and Bauer because I don't trust Alcantara, although he's been much better at home. I don't really trust him overall. And unbelievably, the Marlins have a higher batting average against writers than the Indians. I like your under 7. I expect it to hit, but I'm not going to tail it. I just don't feel comfortable with those 7s. Too much can go wrong late in the game. Let's take a quick look at the bullpens for these two squads. Cleveland's been very, very good. Opponents hitting 240, but getting a lot of light contact. And then Miami's bullpen's been very bad. Very bad. 5.40 earned run average. I get it. I absolutely get it. Top Set says 7 is my limit in unders. Parlay Poppy says scary Indians run line would be a look. What else are you guys looking at?
Go ahead, first.
Well, real quick, Jimmy, I know you're not really the type of guy to take those low totals, but I mean, with these offenses, that it's just something that I like to take. And being that it's a National League game, I think Bauer goes deep, maybe gets even 3 at-bats. Alcantara gets maybe 2. You're looking at a whole inning gone, theoretically, but often than not, that will happen. But go ahead, boss.
Hey, this guy Noli is doing great. I think he's going to make it to district manager real fast. But let's take a look at this Dodgers and Giants game right here. You know, Dodger fans over here, I can't deny that. But let's break it down. We got Buehler versus Pomeranz. Buehler has been doing good in the win column, but not too good on the field. He's been giving up hits. He's caught a couple losses. The bullpen didn't cover for him, and some of them went big to the over. And Pomeranz, on the other hand, really solid. But what I noticed with Pomeranz is he's good for giving up about 3. So in this game, I'm looking at a 3-3 tie, ending up going over the total right here. So I like full game over 7 minus 115 at bookmaker. But if that's a little too much for you, and since we serve breakfast all day, I'm saying you can take, if your book allows you to, you can take the Frisco team total over 3. You might push and you might get a win. Either way it goes right there. And also in this game, first 5, because Buehler does come out pretty solid at the beginning, I'm expecting the Dodgers bats to get lit early. And I'm taking the Dodgers on the run line, first 5, plus 100 at bookmaker.
I like both those plays. I like both those plays. And I think that the over 7 is very susceptible. I think runs can be scored. Nut Flush Allen also talked about liking the over. And Dodgers first half -0.5 makes sense to me. Dodgers first half. Let me see what you're getting on the run line now. I faded the Giants in this series yesterday, and everybody warned me about doing it, and it got me. But -0.5 at -105. I like both those looks. 63 Fahrenheit, 7 miles per hour out to center. I know it swirls in San Francisco, and it's a pitcher's ballpark. But I like both those looks. Dodgers hitting 237, 753 OPS. First lefties, but that's going down. Dave LA likes that Giants team total over 3. Joe Rich Ramirez says, I like it, Big Boss, first 5 Dodgers. I like it. I like both those looks. I like them. I might make a move. I need a little more time to sit with them, but I think these are nice looks. You guys got any else?
Well, let me give you a little more look into that one. In case you don't know, Giants-Dodgers is a big thing here in California. I was telling y'all yesterday that should have took the Giants yesterday because Giants kind of own the Dodgers at times because of the old little fight they had at Dodgers a while ago. You can't even tailgate her no more because of this big Giant-Dodger fight. And as far as the local thug communities, this means a lot. Like, this is what we call Norteños versus Spaños. So they going out there to play, win this game. So I could easily see this game going over. But my man Nolan, tell him some more of the good stuff you was telling me about your background.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, your background, the next game.
Oh, okay. So now I got Houston and Minnesota. I'm on a little curveball here. I'm not taking the under here. I'm going to go with the side. I'll break it down and I'll give it to you. Got Garrett Cole going against Michael Pineda. And Pineda, that's Oltekian, got that pine tar on the neck. But anyways, got Garrett Cole, got 4.71 ERA, 1.13 whip, 54 Ks and 12 walks. Now, when you look at those stats, it's easy to say he's not having a good year. It's not so fast. To me, this is what I always say. Numbers are like lawyers. They don't necessarily lie, but they're not going to tell the entire truth. And if you look at his other starts, 5 and 6, he's had quality starts. Like I alluded to last time in my last appearance, I'm not forgetting who this guy is. He's a solid starter, and I expect him to have some success against Minnesota. I know they've been pitching well, but only one guy has had more than 4 at-bats, and that's Nelson Cruz. He's batting 276 against them, so I think he advantage to Garrett Cole. Then we got Michael Pineda. He's 2-1, 5.63 ERA. 25 K to walk. And this guy hasn't looked good as of late. He failed to get out of the 4th inning against Toronto, gave up 7 hits and 6 earned runs. And just recently against this Houston team, went 5 in the 3rd, 8 hits and 4 earned runs. He doesn't match up well against this Houston lineup. Their big bats had success against him. Altuve in 19 at-bats has 316 batting average. Correa's got 16 at-bats. He's batting 563 with 3 home runs. And then you got Springer, 19 at-bats, 421 batting average with 2 home runs. I feel he can get touched here, and I think Altuve can break out of his slump. I understand Minnesota's 8-2 in their last 10, but 2 of those losses came to this Houston team. I'm going to take Houston first 5, -5 at -15. Because I want to isolate the value on the starting pitchers here. How do you feel, Jimmy?
I think that's a spectacular breakdown. The last 3 plays I find the most appealing. A lot of people thinking that the Twins are going to light up Cole, but I think that he's going to get better as the season goes on. And the 1.13 whip, 54 Ks and 36 in the 3rd, the fact that he touched 99 last game shows that. And so, Noli, you're not taking the full game. You're only focusing on sort of fading Pineda in the first 5?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking to do here.
I'm going to tail these last 3 plays that you guys have mentioned. So the first 5 Astros -0.5. I'm going to line shop right now. Are there any other looks? I got to get on to King Rail. I love having you guys on so much, but are there any other looks you guys are jumping on right now?
Well, I got one more play, Jimmy, off of my secret menu. We got the Blue Jays and the Angels coming up. I heard y'all speaking on it a little earlier about Buckholz. I see a lot of value right here in Buckholz. he's getting lit up at least 6 times every time he steps out. This kind of seems like some kind of planning right here to bring the hometown kid Canning out to a win at Angel Stadium tonight. This kind of is probably going to be packed because he went to Santa Margarita, which is not too far from Orange County, and I'm sure it's going to be packed. They're going to be debuting this guy today. I'm going to lean on this side, and I'm going to just say that both of them keep it close. And I'm going to take the land, sea, and air burger. That's a filet of fish, Big Mac, and a McChicken all together on one sandwich. And I'm going to take the first 5 under plus 100 at Bookmaker. All right, Jim.
I like all those looks, and I just love having you guys on this show so much. First off, I am tailing the Astros first 5 minus a half of minus 115. Still taking a look at the Astros full game. I like your under in that. That was my very first look on this game in the Angels-Jays, but I kind of got off of it when I saw the market moving towards the over. I'm still going to look at that, and then I'm going to spend a little bit more time line shopping for this Giants, but I'm going to tail both those spots in the Giants game, the over 7 and Dodgers first 5 minus a half. Mikey D says, I love this guy, and so do I. Big Boss, Noli knows, where can we find you guys on Twitter?
Hey, you can reach me at DJ Big Boss with the double G, the B, and the O, and the double S. Check me out, man. We got the weekly contest. It starts today. Make sure you hop in there. We had an awesome week last week. Shout out to the low bagger Wham for winning. Big Ragu coming in second. My man Joey stepped up and was in third. And I came in fifth, but it's all good, man. How about you?
You can find me at Noli562. It's the underworld over there. I'm making unders great again. Ben soccer, pretty much every sport, really. Jump in.
Much love, my guys. Thank you so much for joining us, Noli Knows and DJ Big Boss. Let's jump right over to our NBA expert, King Rail. 2 extremely exciting NBA games today. I am line shopping for the Giants and the Dodgers first 5 minus a half. Line shopping right now, but I like that. And what a great time it was having those guys on. And now we roll into King Rail straight out of Las Vegas, Nevada. 2 giant games. King, I have not made a move on Celtics-Bucks. I've been very hesitant to make a move on Celtics-Bucks all day. But there were 7s available on the morning show. Now there's an 8 at Bookmaker. Minus 8. Bookmaker, a sharp book going in Milwaukee's direction. Let's take a quick look at what the totals are in this Boston Bucks spot. Open at 220. Not a lot of movement now. 219.5s and 219s. King, first off, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. Let's get right into Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks. You got a feel on this one?
Yeah, Jim. Thank you for having me on. First and foremost, today is the day you have Ski on, man. Prayers to Ski and his family, whatever he's going through. I would always come on your show, man. Just hate to be under these circumstances. So prayers to Ski and his family. But back to this game right here, man. The Bucks and Boston, man. I gotta give Teddy B a little bit of credit right here, man. Teddy B was calling that shit, and he's been. I know I have trolls all over Twitter, but one of the biggest trolls is when you want to chat with somebody, they be trolling your ass all day. And Teddy B be trolling us pretty damn hard about the Boston Celtics, man. So I might be late to the party, Jim. The very first game, I had to watch Al Horford. That was my breakdown, my analysis, and I kept telling everybody, I got to watch Horford. I got to see how Horford plays in this game. Is he going to be slow? Is he going to be fast? And Horford showed up. He showed up, and that surprised me. That's kind of giving me the whole intuition right here where I don't know if the Bucks make it to the next round now. Now I'm concerned for the Bucks. And the way they played, Boston played Milwaukee last game, Boston didn't even get to the free throw line but 8 times. I mean, they committed 21 fouls themselves, and the Bucks got to the free throw line 24 times, and they still lost that game by 22 points. Boston didn't really run the pick and roll on this team like they wanted to, and they still won. I think Boston tonight plus 7.5 is a play here too, Jim. I don't think the Bucks cover this spread. If they do cover it, I mean, hey, they covered. I like Boston here in this spot, man. Boston didn't have their best game last game either, but when it comes to the free throws, when it comes to the fouls committed, when it comes to certain things, they didn't play their best game, their pick and roll game, but they still beat this Bucks team by 22 points. Lopez, he's a problem out there on the defensive side. I know the Bucks, Jim, said they don't want to make any substitutions and they don't want to change or no adjustments. I think Lopez had to sit, Jimmy. And this, kind of like I was saying yesterday about but Joe guys serves a pocket. I think Lopez might have to sit more, and you got to play Mirotic and Ilyasova a whole lot more and go a little small lineup against Boston.
I think that's a great point about Lopez. I was surprised to hear, maybe Buttonholzer was just messing with us because I was surprised to hear that they weren't going to make any moves and move towards smaller ball. I certainly do feel late to the party on this, and that's what's keeping me off the Celtics. I think it's just nuts if Budenholzer doesn't do anything to combat Horford being absolutely spectacular on Antetokounmpo. It was absolutely spectacular. We went over the numbers on the early show. Horford on the floor, then Antetokounmpo for 22 minutes when they're on the floor at the same time. And then Antetokounmpo goes 2 for 11. 2 shots blocked by Horford, and the Bucks post a 63.3 offensive rating in those minutes. But in saying that, I know that the Bucks were just embarrassed, and I feel like I'm late to the party, and I'm not going to jump on the Celtics, and I'm certainly not going to jump on the Bucks. So I can completely understand Marshall Hoffman saying Bucks are overrated, but Harry Dubitsky says can't take Boston considering Bucks situational trends. Sharp Money says why would this game be any different? And I get that. What do you think about this total, King? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Now you asked me about the total. I'll answer that question. I don't see Boston shooting at 54% again and going 41% for three. I don't see the Bucks shooting 34% from the field. I don't see that. But part of me breaking this game down, I have to look deeper at it. It's kind of what's Teddy in my ear a little bit about certain things, and I had to look at Bledsoe, the guard play. I mean, it's a guard-heavy lead right here, and for some reason, the Celtics have Bledsoe number. And when your guard is rattled by a team, and your guard isn't there, your guard player isn't there, the rest of the team doesn't adapt the same way. I mean, having the ball in the Giannis' hands, much as it was in his hand last game, you expected him to make the decisions and toss the ball out for the three-point shot. He wasn't doing that. Wasn't really his game plan. He was attacking. Bledsoe, just a couple Bledsoe numbers, man. This is last year. 415. Bledsoe was 4 for 12. 422, he was 3 for 9. 424, he was 5 for 15. Just recently in February when they played, he was 3 for 10. This last game in this play, he's 1 for 5, 0 for 4. I think the Celtics own Bledsoe, and that's part of the reason why I know I'm late to the party. And I'm not saying Bucks don't win here, but the cover part is a little with these numbers and what I'm seeing and how Boston played last game, Jimmy, kind of scares me. I was on the over last game as well too. That was a play. The Boston played. They put up points. The Bucks didn't. I kind of see Boston not changing anything. If anybody didn't change the game plan, it's not going to be Boston. And I kind of expect Tatum to not score 4 points tonight either. So Tatum, Brown, Rozier, those guys, I mean, those last 2 guys stepped up. We need Tatum to step up tonight. Even if they have an answer for Kyrie, it's going to be hard to stop Tatum, a guy who didn't really get up and going for himself last time, or Al Horford. I would kind of lean towards the over in this game. I think the Bucks do anything differently, it will be scoring points and not shooting 34% from the field. I kind of lean towards the over, but the line is letting me know that everybody's trending towards the under because I see it drop 1.5 points. So I'm off the total, Jim.
Yeah, wow. I love your breakdown on this game. And it's, but Pinnacle actually moved it all the way down to 219. It was at 219 and moved to 219 when at 1:24 this morning, 1:30 this morning. And it stayed at 219, then got back up to 219.5, and it stayed there. So Pinnacle's just down a half point, and that's the book I want to look at the closest. So, if the Bucks, I mean, let's look at what happened last game. I mean, if the Bucks shoot just a little bit better, let's take a quick look at how that all broke down. Because obviously, I agree with you. The Celtics just are not a team that's going to shoot over 50%. But this was a 112-90 game with the Bucks not being able to score. They get 202 points with the Bucks being able to score. If the Bucks show more offense, I think this game goes over. But I'm hesitant to make a move on it. I'm not going to make a move at this point, but I will keep an eye on you guys on King's Court right after this show to decide, because we do have an hour. We do have an hour from the start of your show to the start of the game. Let's move on to the Rockets, Golden State Warriors. I jumped on the Rockets, first half money line, full game money line. What I see is a Warriors team that's more vulnerable than it's ever been in the Kevin Durant era. And I think there's going to be value fading them when they're at home. I guess it's that simple. I think at home there's going to be value. When they're on the road, I'm not sure if that value is going to be there, and we can get to that game once it arrives. But right now, I got Houston. If you buy Dime, still hanging a really big line. Wow. Pinnacle at plus 143, Bovada at plus 140. But 5 Dime says here that it's at plus 163, which I find crazy. But I got them on the first half line at plus 163. I thought I was, making a nice move there. I got them full game at plus 210. I just think this is a wonderful opportunity for me to make money. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Warriors take care of business. You can't get 210 anymore. 5 Dimes hanging at 205. But what do you think about, and hello, Eastside Rose says Rockets money line plus 210, baby. Larry Savage saying Rockets. And Al Mack saying in the NBA playoffs, road teams 21 and 25 plus 17 units. Can't wait to hear a breakdown of this Rockets-Warriors game.
Yeah, we've been casting on the road lately with these road teams as well. And I was on the Rockets' first game. And before we touch this, somebody said in the chat real quick, Jimmy, they said, why can't the Celtics shoot 50% again? I'm not saying they can't, but this is a playoff. This isn't a regular season. When you're in a series, it's tough to shoot 50% on the road consecutively and not get to the foul line. They didn't get to the foul line the first time, so that game was kind of a fluky game. You not get to the foul line and you shoot a 50%, you don't win series like that. You also have to get to the foul line. That shooting doesn't just stick around. So that's my take on that. But on this game, Jim, I'm with the Rockets, man. I had the Rockets last game, and I didn't put my money on Golden State. I'm glad I didn't. I had the Rockets plus 5.5, and it came through. Rockets should have won that game last game. I know if you look at it a different way, people say, well, I look at it with the referees because I watched it on Twitter with everybody in the first half. First half should have went to the Rockets for sure, man. They should have got the calls. They didn't get the calls. Second half, we can kind of debate that a little bit. And people say, well, Harden would have made them shots. Harden would have made them shots. As a Rocket, as somebody who's looking for the Rockets to win the championship this year, I took a championship bet knowing I expect Harden to shoot how Harden shot. I don't expect Harden to have a good I expect Harden to go 20 for 60-something. I expect that from him because he's a scorer. So I'm okay with living with that. But the Golden State Warriors with 20 turnovers, barely getting a win, you kind of need the referees to help you last time. Now the Rockets are in a kind of a must-win situation, Jimmy, if you ask me. They're in a very must-win situation. They don't want to go back to Houston 0-2. You want to be able to split a game on the road, especially when this is the one leading up to the Western Conference Finals right here. This is what you want. I was kind of leaning with you on the first half, Golden State, but then Golden State, they averaged 58 points for the half for the year, but the last 3 games, they've averaged 48. And the Warriors here are up 2 points. They average 60 on the year at the first half, and they're up to 62. I don't expect those numbers to kind of stick around here right here. I expect Rockets to make it a better fight. But the number I was looking at, Jimmy, and the bet that I took, and I was interested if you was on it, because I take these bets all the time. First to 15. I got the Rockets first to 15 at plus 110. If you expect them to win the first half, and I was expecting it to be a different kind of ball game than it was last time, I expect the offense and the Rockets look for them fouls early to kind of determine how the pace goes. I think they'll hit 15 points before the Golden State Warriors hit 15. I like that at plus 110.
I think it's a great look. I'm hesitant. I've got $300 on this game. I'm just hesitant to triple up at this point. Unit and a half on this game. I'm just hesitant to put more on the Rockets. Big Guy Bubba says under in Rockets-Warriors game. Teams know each other way too well, and possessions are lasting longer than normal. And that being said, Lance LaRose says tailing the Big Guy under. So right away, people liking that move or liking the call that Bubba's making, but the market is pushing it towards the over. What do you see? How do you see playing the total in this game?
I grabbed the total a day ago at the 220, Jimmy. I already knew this game was going to go over. Even before they announced these officials that they have it for tonight, that just kind of lets me know. With these officials that have tonight, the Rockets don't like them, and Warriors have their problem also with Ed a little bit. I expect to see at least 3 technical fouls tonight. Maybe we get 2 that's offsetting or something, but I expect to at least see 3 of them. I expect to see more fouls tonight. People get into the line. The Rockets aren't going to defer from what they've been doing. They're still going to force them threes. Harden's still going to flop if y'all want to call it flopping, and they're still going to knock down their threes. What's the biggest factor for me that gets it over is P.J. Tucker had 0 points last game. Capella had 4 points. They combined for 4 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 fouls. Draymond Green was 7 for 9. I don't expect Draymond to go 7 for 9 in this game right here. And I don't expect a guy, PJ Tucker and Capella, to be kind of left out of the offense like they were. I know we had to nail the court when they played last time, and they kind of slowed it down, but the Rockets only lost by 4 points. This game still went over 100, even without none of the fouls being called. You calculate all those fouls still come from both sides, and both of these guys, and the Rockets are going to try for that three-pointers. They shot 47 last time. You don't think they're going to shoot at least 50 this time. You guys have lost your mind. This game is flying over, if you ask me. This is looking like a 240-ish type of ball game, so I'm happy with the 20 I have.
Wow. Lamont Williams says, my max bet, Houston solo over. Xavier Oliver says, Houston solo over. Sharp Money says, so true. And my man Don Corleone says, Jimmy, I got to fade you on this one. Diogo Raimundo, also Rockets team total over. A lot of people liking that Rockets team total over. We got to bounce. You got your show coming up in 22 minutes. Thank you so much for joining us on short notice, King. It means so much. And it was very beautifully put, what you said about our guy, Ski Profit, off the top. So, low baggers, royal family, everybody, please send love and energy to Ski's family. And it was very, very well put, King. You're a class act, my man. King, where can we find you on Twitter? What else you got going on?
King Real 2. Just don't troll me because I've been blocking. But yeah, you can find me on King's Court 22 minutes from now. I don't know if you bring it up Luka DeVlary or Freddie Fortune, but I just bought a projector. So when all you guys come down and hang out in Vegas for the summer or something, we can broadcast a movie off Freddie's forehead with my projector, man. But thank you for having me, Jimmy. Love you guys. And Ski, we all looking out for you, praying for you, man. Get better and your family get well, man. Love y'all. Thank you.
Man, Freddie's forehead would be a nice spot for your projector. Thank you so much for joining us, King. What a treat and what an honor it is to roll with you. Okay, now, without further ado, we are bringing in lucrative Larry.
What's up?
What's happening?
Hey, man.
Welcome.
I bring this chair.
Yeah, bring a chair. Yeah, bring a chair.
It's heavy.
Yeah, you seem like you're in a good mood. You seem like you're in a good place.
It's been a couple of days.
Yeah?
It's been something.
Sweet. All right.
At first I started taking first half draws.
Yeah.
To make fun of Freddie, because he's a cocksucking loser.
Sure.
But after a while, My sister left home when I was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It was 14 years before she spoke a word to my mother.
Wow.
Started talking to her about first half draws, and she spent Easter with us.
Wow.
And now she calls my dad and my mom every night. Started talking to my brother. My brother, he's hooked on drugs. He was hooked on drugs. And he used to blow guys like Freddie to get his dose.
Sure.
I started talking to him about first half draws, and now he's been clean. And he works at a law firm. All since I started taking first half draws. That's 10 days.
Wow.
My dad's completely blind. Since I gave my Getafe at Real Madrid first half draw,
Yeah.
he cashed on it. And oh boy, the guy is beyond happy.
Can he see now?
What? No, of course not. What is your problem? Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Sorry.
No, of course he can't see. What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Sorry, I thought that's where you were going. I just thought that's where you were going with this.
How on earth do I go there? My dad's blind. He's completely blind.
Sorry, I just thought it was leading.
Oh
up
my.
to that.
I'm taking first half draw. I'm taking Liverpool at Barcelona plus 130. Jesus Christ, man.
I just thought that's
That,
where
no,
it was
that's
going.
no, that's
You
that's
just
not cool.
you made it sound like that's where that was going. All right. I did add on a couple plays. I did tail Big Boss with how he's handling the Dodgers-Giants. I'm on the over 7 at -110, and I'm on the Dodgers first 5 at -0.5 at -105. Here are all my plays quickly. I'm on the Jackets -119, the over 5.5 at +111, the team total over for the Jackets over 2.5 at -128. Then I'm on the under 6 at +105 and Sharks-Avalanche. I'm off Celtics-Bucks. I'm on the Rockets first half money line +163, full game +210. I'm on the Cardinals at -1. The money line's -107. The run line's at +150. And I'm on the over 9.5 at -115. Unapplicable, says Jimmy. He's uncomfortable now. No, I'm fine. I just thought that's where he's going. I'm on the Red Sox on the -1 line, -151 money line, run line +125. Then I'm on the Indians first 5 -0.5 -135, full game -1.5 and -109. I'm on the first 5 under 4.5 and Padres Braves. I'm on the Rockies first 5 at -121. Astros first 5 -0.5 -115. That's a tail of Noli knows. I might take that full game. I have not made a move on the Rangers, but I may. Postponed Orioles, postponed Rays. I'm not on the Yankees-Diamondbacks. And then I'm on that over 7 I talked about in the Dodgers first 5 -0.5 run. That's what it is, man! Thank you guys so much for joining us. Stick around for King's Court in 17 minutes. But most importantly, Leche! Hey, those bookmakers!